So, in this one, I'm going to talk about why pursuing anything with a narcissist is a complete and utter mistake. Don't do it. I'm going to give you some reasons. I'm going to give you some, some just reasons why you shouldn't. Um, it's a losing game with a narcissist. It's like that Amy Winehouse song, "Love is a losing game." That's exactly the way it is with a narcissist. It's a losing game that you will lose. If you are a normal person dealing with a narcissist, you are going to lose. So why play a game that you can't win? All right, you're not going to win this one. Better to sit out, don't play, watch the others play, but you don't play because you will lose the game. Narcissists, when you first meet them, they're very charming. They can come off as very normal. They can come off as even being your friend. You might feel like you got a lot in common. You might have a lot of parallels in your past, which seem like, wow, I went through something very similar, like just like you did. There's a lot of things when you first meet a narcissist that makes it feel like it's meant to be. You're so happy. You can't believe that you met someone who seems so right for you. And then as the time goes on, as the years go on, could be years, could be months, it will unravel and you'll start to say to yourself, what happened? What happened to the relationship that I was in? That good relationship where we were getting along and doing things together and planning things together. And what happened? Where did it go? Okay, now it's going to happen in time. It doesn't happen all at once. It's not overnight. It takes time. But as time goes by, this will happen to your relationship. Um, So yeah, pursuing anything with a narcissist is a is a bad decision. So how can you determine this? Like how are you going to know, right? You're not going to really know. I didn't know. Well, I knew something was wrong. I didn't have a name for it, but I knew some so I didn't have a name for it, but I knew that something just wasn't right. Um the relationship wasn't going towards anything. It was just kind of staying the same. It wasn't growing, it wasn't getting better. It started to decline as time went on. It started off like really good, and then as time went on, it just got, it started to suffer a little bit. Like after like the maybe the fourth year, yeah, I would say fourth year, fifth year, definitely. By year 6 and 7, it was bad, but like definitely by like the fourth year, fifth year, you just see it like at 5 years. Look, if you're dating somebody for 5 years with no long-term plans to get married, then you need to get the hell out of there. And let me just tell people who are younger, girls in their 20s, early 30s, if you're giving a guy more than a couple years and they're not, and you want to get married and they don't, then you need to get the hell out of there. All right, do not waste time, your good years of your life, building this life with a guy who has no interest in a long-term relationship with you. They're only using you for the time being. Okay, don't give good years of your life to these type of guys, these future faking guys. Don't do that. Like, for instance, for me, I was with mine during, I met mine when I was 35, so I was 35 years old. I still had, may have wanted to have a baby. I talked about this in other videos. I just waited for him as he put everything off and just procrastinated. As time went on, I woke up one day and I was in my early 40s. I was 42 already. And it didn't happen. I didn't have kids. I have no kids, zero kids. But like I said, I gave very good years to him. Um, supporting him in his future with his house and all his stuff. Well, what happened to me? While I was busy with him, my future went down the wayside because I ended up with nothing. While I was helping him every day, or when we lived together, I was with him every day. Don't do that. That was the most stupidest, dumbest thing I had ever done in my life. Don't do that. If I had a daughter, I would tell her, look, if you're in a relationship with someone, After about a year and a half, you're dating him exclusively, okay? And I mean dating him, going on dates, going out together, doing things together. If you don't see any future, if that guy is not right for you, don't waste your time. Life is short. Don't give good years of your life to the wrong guy who's just going to use you and then go out and probably end up cheating on you. Maybe, maybe not. And just bring in another person because that's what happens with these narcissists, okay? It happens even with people who aren't narcissists, all right? This is not a narcissist or non narcissist thing. This just happens with dating by being dumb. The narcissist seems to get away with this because they don't talk to you. The lack of communication leaves the partner unsure of what the hell is going on. You don't know what's going on from day to day with these people because they're very moody. So one day they could be like your best friend. The next day they're calling you names or they're just not talking to you. All right. They're very, you can't, they're not, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't depend on them. They're undependable. Their behavior is undependable. They're up and down. They're hot and cold. You don't know what you're going to get with these people. So don't give good years of your life to a guy who's only treating you like a short-term type of thing. All right? Don't do that. I wasted a long time at mine while he just brought new people in. New people kept on coming in to a place where I thought was going to be, you know, our place ended up being like a community place because he keeps on bringing in women. It's really disgusting. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I mean, this is kind of what I talk about on here because I talk about my personal experiences. I talk about my personal experience with a covert narcissist, but I also talk about my own personal, um, my situation, the situation that I had. And I'm not professional. I just talk as I would, as I would talk normally. I'm not a professional person. I'm not on here trying to give, advice. If somebody wants to take it, that's great. I hope that someone could benefit from my mistakes with a narcissist. But, at the end, people have to do what they want to do. I'm not someone who's going to tell anybody what to do. I'm not like that. But I just share what I went through, and you can make your own decision on what you want to do. But anyway, so you're not going to really know, okay, as time goes on, you're going to know. I did know something was wrong. I just didn't have the definition of it. I didn't have the name narcissist, but I had something was wrong. When I tried to talk to him about stuff, he would ignore me. When I would try and talk to him about our relationship, he would get up and leave. He didn't want nothing to do with any kind of real talk, any kind of like serious talk. Anything that was going to bind him to a relationship, he wanted nothing to do with it. That's why when we got engaged, it was like, wow, I can't believe that he even did that. But, we got engaged after about 2 years together. And I think at the 2 year mark, things were still pretty good. We were still a honeymoon phase kind of thing. So that's the thing. What was I going to say? All right. So that's that. The problem with these people and the reason why pursuing anything with a narcissist is a losing game because your love will never be reciprocated. Okay? Ever. The time, the feelings, the care that you put into that narcissist will never be given back to you. It just won't. You're never going to get that love back. They might pretend to love you. They might even do some nice things for you from time to time, here and there, but it's meaningless to them. It doesn't mean anything, okay? Narcissists are in it for themselves, and that's it. They could care less about you. All right, people need to understand this. And believe me, I know how hard it is, and I know how weird like, I have a couple friends who were trying to determine if they were with a narcissist, and I was trying to like give them advice. And it's hard to tell your friends that they don't care about you. It's hard to tell someone that. It's a very negative thing to be telling your friend who's in love with a guy, I'm sorry, but he doesn't really care about you. It's hard to tell your friend that. It's hard, even with my guy friends, it's hard to tell them that. But I try to, because I'm trying to warn people out there that they don't care about you. you are only, like I said, a shiny new toy to them for a very short amount of time. That's it. So, but no, your love will never be reciprocated with a narcissist. All right. Um, for me, it's been like 10 years since I've been broken up with mine. And, um, the tragedy for me with my narcissist was the fact that I didn't want my relationship with mine to go bad. I was trying everything I could to keep it going and keep things good and keep things fresh. And I think I did that for a long time with mine. I tried to keep things interesting. I tried to do that as much as I could. But in the end, it really didn't matter because he still was going to cheat. He still was going off to do his own thing. He was still cheating on me. He was still doing what he was doing. So it didn't matter all the effort that I put in. It didn't matter what I did. He still wasn't doing shit for me at the end. Nothing. So, like I said, your effort is going to fall on the waist to the wayside. So don't do it. If you have any kind of understanding, any kind of inkling that you're dating a narcissist, you need to get out, or you need to find out definitely. And there's a bunch of things you can do, and I'm going to do a video on that in the future. I am still working on getting my videos to be in the video, so it's going to happen probably very, very soon. I can't give an exact date, but I'm trying to get my upload speeds better. I'm looking at, different things to try and do that. But anyway, what else can I say about this? um yeah, I mean, it's tough, it's a tragedy, it's very, very tragic because I didn't want to break up with my narcissist. I put a lot of time and effort into him. Because of their lack of communication, you never know where you stand with them. You never know what they're thinking. You never know what their problem is with you. You don't know anything because they're just silent. They keep everything to themselves. They tell you only what they want you to know. And a lot of the things that they do, they don't even tell you about them. They're not communicative. They will lie if they have to. Yes, they will. Um, but it's just a losing game. It's a losing game with a narcissist. So I advise people, stay away. Stay the hell away. Or you're going to be in for a lot of stress. Like I used to be stressed out all the time, struggling, unhappy, pissed off, irritable. I was not happy. Like I loved my narcissist. I always say that in my videos because it's the truth. It was tragic when we broke up. It was a tragedy. The tragedy of the relationship that I had was the fact that I didn't really want to break up with my narcissist. I wanted things to get better between us, not worse, but they got worse. And not because of me. I mean, I feel like I did more than I should with mine. I didn't never wanted to break up with mine. Um, but at the end he was a dick to me. He was cheating, he was lying to me most likely, and that's what happened. So, you know, you need to move on from these people, and you can't look back with them. It's very easy to look back, and it's almost like a contradiction almost because like your heart is telling you like a drug. I compare it to a drug 'cause that's what it's like. It's a contradiction because your heart is telling you, oh, I want to see my narcissist, I want to be with my narcissist. And like I said, if you can maintain a platonic relationship with a narcissist as a friend or even an ex, that's fine. You can do that. If you keep them at arm's length, you can do that. I have no problem with mine. If he wants to meet in public someplace to go out to eat or to have a drink, I would definitely do that and catch up. There's no problem with short term, short times together. But that's it. You can't let it go on to something else, okay? You have to draw the line with these people because they will take it to the next level if you let them. But getting back to what I was saying, the tragedy of it was the fact that I didn't really want to break up with my narcissist. The problem, the contradiction here is that the narcissist does have characteristics when you first met them that made you want to be with them, right? That you were attracted to them for some reason, right? Whether it was their looks, their personality, their sense of humor, Like my ex narcissist had the audacity to sometimes be a real, asshole at times. A lot of women like that. Yeah, I mean, I guess some women like asshole type guys, right? I think I definitely was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. But he also could be very nice at times. He could be very sweet at times. He could be very funny at times, like really funny at times. And that's what I was attracted to. Plus, I thought he was really cute. To me, he was. So that's the whole thing. There's characteristics with your narcissist that's going to make you be attracted to them and want to pull them closer to you, right? But you have to know in your brain that no, 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 you shouldn't do that. And you're going to get burned. It's like putting your hand in the box where there's a snake, or in a hole where there's a snake and you're going to get bit. You can't do that because they will bite you. It's like I told you, it's like kind of like a wild animal. You want to pet it, you want to love it and pick it up and hold it, but you can't do that because they're going to bite you. They're going to turn on you. There is actually a story. I don't know the whole story, but it's something with like a turtle got on the back of some a snake's body or something. They went through like the lake or the pond. They gave the I don't know what kind of animal it was though. Was it a snake? The snake gave the turtle a ride across the pond, and the turtle said something like, "You're going to bite me if I get on your back." And the snake said, "No, I'm not going to bite you. I'm going to take you across the pond." And the turtle said, "Okay." He trusted him. And when they were getting to the across, the snake did bite the turtle, and the turtle died. And when the turtle said, "You told me you weren't going to bite me. Why did you bite me?" The snake said, "I'm sorry. That's in my nature. It's in my nature to bite you." That's what a narcissist does. It's in their nature to bite you. It's their nature to do this to you. Okay, so that's not the whole story. But there is a story. I don't know the name of it. It's some thing that I read somewhere, but it's a very good story, and there's a moral to that story: is don't trust. You have to always assume that you're going to get bit if you're dealing with a narcissist. Never give them the benefit of the doubt ever, because you can't trust them. Never trust a snake. And the turtle did, and he got bit. So that's but anyway, that's a story out there. Google it if you're interested. It's called like The Snake and the Turtle, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, don't do it. You have to resist the beast, resist the demon, okay? And don't pursue anything with a narcissist, especially anything long term or anything where you're, in kind of any kind of like committed thing, because it's not gonna go anywhere. You are going to waste your time with them. It's just how it is. Now, there's different types of narcissists as well. There's covert narcissists, there's malignant narcissists, there's overt narcissists, there's different types. Getting into the types, I don't know about all the other ones. I just know about the covert ones. That's what I dealt with. But there are different types of narcissists, and some of them might be a little bit better at relationships. I know the covert one, the one I was with, was not. That was not good for me. But anyway, that's it for this one. I just wanted to just come on here and explain the whole thing, determining a narcissist and everything. It is tragic, because even if you still liked your narcissist, which I didn't want to break up with mine, but I had no choice at the end. He kind of forced me to break up with him because he was treating me so badly. And sometimes I wonder if they do that on purpose so you do break up with them. Maybe he wanted to be the victim. I don't know exactly. I don't remember. It was like 10 years ago when that happened, but I just know that I couldn't go on the way it was. I wish that he would have started treating me better, not worse, but he was treating me a lot worse. And you know, they don't care about you. They don't love you. They don't care about you. And you need to stop holding on to hope. Get rid of the hope and get rid of the wishes that they change. Get rid of all that stuff that, oh, I wish things was different. Forget about that. It's not going to ever be different with these people, okay? Narcissism cannot be remedied. It's a disorder that does not have a remedy to it. So it just gets worse and worse as they get older. It's not going to get better. As they get older, their narcissism will get worse. and you'll start seeing it in different areas of their life, which it's mostly in relationships, but it's in every part of their life too. It ain't just relationships, okay? You see it more in their one-on-one relationships, their romantic relationships, but you can see it in their jobs. You might even see it in their family behavior. You can see it. It's there. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It'll always be sad to me. The breakup that I had with him will always be a very sad, thing, because that's not what I really wanted. I still cared about my narcissist when I broke up with him, but I had to do it because I had no choice at the end. I had no choice. I couldn't go on the way it was. So, learn from my mistakes, people. Don't do it. Read as much as you can about narcissism. There's a lot of good books out there. I tell everybody, Barnes and Noble, all that stuff. There's a lot of good books about it, and you can learn a lot from that. That's it for now.